Hi, Dr. Paul Haider, Master Herbalist and Spiritual Teacher here. Well, today I want to talk to you about something that's really important. I mean, one of the most important things I've ever talked about, these little tablets here, little white tablets, and no smell, really no taste. This is Beta-Glucan, and I think it's one of the most powerful supplements a person can take. And we'll get into really why that is, because it impacts every part of your body and your immune system, preventing cancer, helping with cancer, and on and on and on. It really is important. I mean, really important. And it's a powerful immune boosting agent, helps defend against all kinds of diseases and the healing of just about everything also, and helps with stress at the same time. So what more could you ask for? I mean, really, there's just really not much else. It's also, you can get it as a supplement, and you can actually pack your diet full of it also, which is the best way, and live a long disease-free life. I think it's really important. And even doctors now are giving people who have, like pneumonia, giving them a shot or an IV drip of beta-glucans. People with HIV, will give them drips of beta-glucans. People with all kinds of diseases, they will give them IVs or shots of beta-glucans to boost up their immune system. So even the FDA thinks it's a good thing for lowering cholesterol and triglycerides and lowering LDL cholesterol. So what can you say? And there is a ton of research about beta-glucans, and it goes on and on and on. There is so much in the way of research about beta-glucan. Now, what is it? Beta-glucans is a fiber, a soluble fiber. It's also found in a lot of different things. It's a polysaccharide, a simple sugar, and it's found in oats and brown rice and baker's yeast and medicinal mushrooms like shiitake and maitake, also in yeast walls, like I said, the brewer's yeast, that type of thing, really the walls of the actual cells of the yeast. And you can actually get it as a supplement, and works really great. It's a prebiotic. It's a prebiotic which helps to get those probiotics going. When we know probiotics are super important, and without the prebiotics to keep the, probiotics going, boy, we're not going to have those probiotics in our body and keep our microbiome going. That's good for gut health in general. A good study in 2017 showed that it actually increased nutrient levels in the body and helped with irritable bowel syndrome also. And people who were taking it on a study actually showed they had less bloating, less gas, less pain, and felt better in general when they had IBS. So that was in a 4-week study. So also that triggers a cascade of huge amounts of good things that happen in the body. It actually boosts up the immune system and increases the macrophages in the body to do their jobs, those little cells that run around and eat things. And also increases the white blood cells and the lymphocytes to get rid of tumors and viruses, and releases chemicals that destroy those things also. Really good. It has an agent in it called Lentinan, L-E-N-T-I-N-A-N, and found in medicinal mushrooms, and that's why medicinal mushrooms are so important, and it helps with the treatment of cancer. And the University of Japan also found that it really helped with getting rid of tumors and breaking down tumors and that type of thing. So really important. It fights infections. What more can I say? Really great. Coming down with colds and flus, you're just not going to have it. In fact, one lady asked a question about beta-glucans the other day, and I was amazed I didn't cover it. Best way to get it is with your diet, and if you go to my website, paulhaider.com, www.paulhaider.com, and you can click on Show More down below, and it'll come up and click on there and take you to my website. And on the right-hand side, right beside recipes, you'll see my diet, and click on that. And I'm telling you, great things will happen, and you'll get a lot of beta-glucans on my diet. Also, they had firefighters who always getting respiratory ailments because getting smoke all the time, and they found that they gave them beta-glucans, they have less colds, less flus, less respiratory problems in general. So, wow, great, good stuff. Also in children, the study was done in China, a 12-week study, and it had a lower risk of infection. So that's really great. Another study actually with a 28-week study with children found that they had less needs of taking antibiotics and less antibiotic resistance. So that's a really good thing. And lots of people are antibiotic resistant these days, and it's really not good. We have no way to fight off these infections, and the natural way with our diet is the best way. There's no doubt about it. It lowers cholesterol. Even the FDA says this. And it lowers LDL cholesterol and total cholesterol and triglycerides too. And you can take a lot of it. Yeah, the average dose is about 250 milligrams a day, but you can take a lot. It's really not really an upper amount that you have to, not go over. Just eat to your heart's content, eating lots of good food. Also helps with people healing faster. If you have a long, bed sore or wound, it just won't heal up. If they actually take beta-glucan gel and put it on there, people heal from 2 to 6 times faster with the gel. And that was pretty amazing. 2 to 6 times faster with the beta-glucan gel on a sore that won't heal up. And also diabetes, it actually slows down digestion. It prevents the spikes of sugar, which is another good reason to take it if you have diabetes. It also helps with HIV and AIDS, and doctors will give it this intravenously or give them injections, and it helps with all the AIDS-related or HIV-related conditions that happen when they have this disease. Also helps with high blood pressure. So, wow, soluble fiber, we've known this for a long time. And so we really need to eat more fiber. I'm telling you, fiber is a blessing. And most people don't eat enough fiber. I eat from anywhere from 12 to 24 ounces of beans every day. That's a great fiber. We want to get those good probiotic and prebiotics going in our body, and give them a healthy home. You know what I mean? It's important. Also, I love to eat a lot of oats. Oats are really good. Also helps with canker sores, and studies that shows that actually increases the healing of cancer sores. So you can take this as tablets and actually increase the healing of your canker sore too. Also, for those who are weakened, and fatigued, and those who have emotional stress or chronic fatigue syndrome, physical stress, that type of thing, it really does a good job of defending the body against stress, and also people just feel better. They have a more of a feeling of everything's okay in the world type of thing when they're eating a lot of beta-glucans or taking a supplement of beta-glucans such as this. And you can get it in capsules, you can get it in tablets, all kinds of different forms. Also helps with those who have taken chemo and radiation therapy, and helps for the healing there also. It also helps with colds and flus and the swine flu and respiratory tract infections of all kinds. In fact, say a prayer for my mother-in-law, my wife's mother. She's in the hospital with pneumonia. She's going on 95 now, and so please say a prayer for her. In fact, I just gave my wife some beta-glucans to give to her so we can get her back into the pink again. So I appreciate your prayers. Also, it helps with stress, as they've said before, and improve psychological markers of those who are, people who have really are bodybuilders or long distance runners, and they had better mood, less stress, and less anger in general in their life. So that was really interesting. I thought that was amazing, in fact. People with allergies, beta-glucans can help with the allergic reactions also, and they felt less stressed and they felt better in life in general. So, wow. So there was a study done with ragweed, and they had people get infected with ragweed or had ragweed allergies, and then they gave them beta-glucans, and they seemed to heal up really fast and not have a problem with their allergies. Also helps with hepatitis. So if you have hepatitis going on, I highly recommend that, this helps with inflammation in the body in general, and go on my diet. Really, it's going to help you with your hepatitis. Also, Lyme disease, again, another inflammation process going on, and beta-glucans will help with that too. Asthma, if you have asthma, you really got to be on my diet, the whole foods plant-based diet, and we can get that. My wife, when I first met her 20 years ago, had terrible asthma, and now being on my whole foods plant-based diet, her asthma has disappeared. She is really good. Also, kids and ear infections, if you give them a lot of beta-glucans, they do not really get ear infections, or put them on my diet also, and it just doesn't happen. And also they might get it, but it goes away really quickly. So that's really important too. Also helps with, like I said, with inflammation in the body in general. And if you're working out hard and you're an athlete, take beta-glucan. It's an anti-aging compound also, which is another great thing. I think that's super important. The baby boomers are getting older. So I think it's important that we keep our beta-glucans up there. Also helps with all kinds of bowel disease like IBS and Crohn's disease and colitis and that type of thing, diverticulitis, all these different things. So if you have something like that going on, I highly recommend that you take beta-glucan. Can help with fibromyalgia also. I think that's really super important. And it helps with rheumatoid arthritis and arthritis in general in the body because of the anti-inflammatory ability of beta-glucans. Helps with MS also, but my diet, I've had a lot of people actually go into remission with MS and lupus. I have a lady who just went into remission with sickle cell anemia, and now she actually had pulmonary hypertension, and that disappeared too. So, wow. And great things are happening. And Ernest Hunter, which is a running back for one of the NFL teams, came to me, and he went on my diet. He had a hip replacement, and he had pain all over his body and had terrible pain in his hip. He could hardly walk. And after 6 weeks on my diet, he actually, all of his pain disappeared. He's leg pressing 800 pounds and running a mile. So, wow, great. I'm glad you're doing great, Ernest. Also, side effects, there's really no side effects. It's food. It can cause upset stomachs if you take a ton of it, of course, anything. Eat a bunch of beans, you're going to get an upset stomach. Rashes once in a great while, maybe a headache, but those are absolutely super rare. I've never seen really any of that in the last 30-some years, so it doesn't happen. Dose at least 250 milligrams daily or more, and put it, make sure you get the foods that are going to have beta-glucans in it, and that's really important. Where can you find it? Just about every health food store has it. Also, you can find it on Amazon and eBay, and you can get it online and just about everywhere, and it's really good stuff, and I highly recommend it. First and most importantly, change your diet. I know that's really a tough thing for a lot of people to go, oh, I don't want to change my diet, but, it's really important. I think there's a new documentary out there called The Game Changers. The Game Changers, and I highly recommend you watch it. I've watched it 4 times already. I also I have another one talking about Black Americans, and I think it's really important. It's called The Invisible Vegan. And I think that's really important, and about how the Black community, they're trying to get people to move to a vegan diet. And I think it's really important. And people are moving that way. And some of the history behind, all of this. And I think it's a great, you can find all these on iTunes and Netflix. And you can find it on Vimeo, maybe on YouTube. And I know The Game Changer is on Netflix. So if you have Netflix, you can watch it. It's also on iTunes and Vimeo. And that's a powerful thing. And I highly recommend it. It's what I've been talking about for, 13 years now. And it's all culminated into one documentary. And it's a powerful thing. And also, one more thing I'd like to talk about. There's got 12,000 doctors across the United States are petitioning the FDA to put a warning label, like on cigarettes, saying that dairy products, milk and cheese and kefir and yogurt and all this stuff, causes cancer. Causes ovarian cancer, directly related, prostate cancer, directly related, and now they know it's directly related to breast cancer. So I highly recommend that you let go of that, because you don't need those diseases, absolutely positively. If you want to get a hold of me and ask questions, short questions, I'll be happy to answer. My phone number is 831-869-9119, 831-869-9119. And my email is drpaulhaider@gmail.com. It's drpaulhaider@gmail.com. And you click show more down below, and it's all below. Also, my Skype address is drpaulhaider. And if you would like to make a donation, I greatly appreciate that. Go to my website at paulhaider.com. That's www.paulhaider.com. And you can make a donation there. That's really appreciated. If you'd like to do a consult with me, I ask for a $50 donation, and that gives you 1 full year's worth of consultations. And you can do it together, your spouse and you together, for $50. Oh, and that's a pretty good deal, I have to say. And also, it's not just the consult itself, an hour, up to 2 hours sometimes, but it's also the follow-up of keeping you moving in the right direction towards healing, the right herbs and diet and, lifestyle. That's one of my most important things. Lifestyle is important to healing. So have a great day. I think it's important to change your diet, get more beta-glucans in there. And also remember God, and remember, I love you.